Sorry about missing that first pull. We're underway here. Vanguard still have the disc. Still in this first point here. Enting Hawk. He's caught it in. There was a pick called. Won't affect the play, so he will retain possession. Right on this sideline. Coming in on 0. Disc is in. He's going for the line. Enting Hawk gets that. Puts it up the line again. Can he reel it in? He's got it. Vanguard strike first and hold their offensive point. We do have game advisors for this game, Ruben Berg and Stuart Austin on the sidelines in yellow. They will be helping with hand signals and keeping teams on time and assisting in any discussions should the players need them. They won't be making any active calls, just clarifying any rules and signaling the gender ratios as Ruben is doing right now, signifying that Vanguard will be playing 4 women. And Wagon should match accordingly. The rain has started up again. Apparently there wasn't enough water on the field, and the sky has delivered a little bit more. Looks like Wagon is just about ready. Vanguard still chatting it out. Their extra players are now clearing off the line. Pillar to pull. There's a hand from Vanguard. He's put it back down. There's the hand and the disc. Wagon are ready. We're underway again. Pull's going to end up pretty much right on the brick mark. John Greenfield picks it up. Moves it to Chris Stoddard. Stoddard in the middle of the field. Looking up. Can't see too much. Swings it back to Greenfield. Greenfield to Ryan Davey. Davey pops that one down. It just slips out of the hand. It's right on the Vanguard end zone. Pillar with a big break and score. Vanguard up 2-0. Pillar with a lovely around break there for the goal. I think it was Sean Davies, perhaps, with the score. It was just in the corner of the marquee here. But some great play there by Vanguard. And getting the jump on Wagon a little bit here. Conditions are very tough. The rain's a little bit heavier. Really got to be certain of those catches. As it's been all weekend, I think the team with that more clinical offense will come out on top. Slight breeze, still going left to right. Not huge though. I think the rain will be playing probably more. Will have a little bit more of an impact. It's getting actually quite a bit heavier. I don't know if you can hear this on the microphone, but it's certainly teaming down now. Rex Johnson has a bag over his head, trying to stay dry. That pool's gone up. Landed inbounds and slid out. Wagon will be taking this from the front of the end zone. It looks like a match defense here. Wagon have set up and out of Wagon's hands again. This game's going to be very, very tough. Joel Pillar goes for the grab. Goes for the throw. And it looks like Dingham's picked it up. Nate's got that. It's a very low pass, almost into the ground, and he's reeled it in. Wagon have called a timeout. 3-0 to Vanguard. That's a quick quick jump. Wagon really need to refocus here. Otherwise the game's going to get away from them in the first few minutes, really. We saw this in the game just before, F-Troop getting a quick jump on Sublime. And Sublime fought back well, but it's very difficult to come back from an early deficit. As we speak, Sublime and F-Troop have a rematch on the far field, vying for the 4-5 position. So that'll be a bit interesting. And this rain is really setting in and is quite heavy. There's shivers all around. Meanwhile, Kate Robinson is eating roast lamb on the sideline. I don't know where she got that, but I'd love to know. Yeah. Let's get some Uber Eats to the field. As both teams make their way back out onto the field. The rain is really getting whipped in here. This is definitely the heaviest it has been all weekend. Not quite hail, but it's certainly as heavy as. A hand goes up from Joel Pillar. TLB looking very unimpressed with standing out on the sideline. The pool's gone up. This is incredible. This is incredible scenes. Lavis gathering the disc. Centers it. It's gone up. There's a layout bit. He's picked it up. He's just got to... He's looking downfield. He wants to send it. And he has. That's a great D from Vanguard. Peeled off the player. Saw it coming. There's a big puddle there. This is torrential rain. Looking to get hit Pillar open. Lefty playing some great defense there. Pillar jacks it. Puts it up into the air. Baddix is underneath it. Lavis gets the D. Got great body position there. Managed to get the hands up. Baddix couldn't quite get in front of that. You can see that Lavis really wants that under. Or sorry, that big. But he wants it on the backhand side and he gets it out. It's still going, it's still going. It's caught by Davey. That was a huge bid by Vanguard. He couldn't quite get it. Hits it back into the middle of the field. And Wagon score! Wonderful play there from Wagon. Jackets are coming off begrudgingly. I kind of envy these players. They're having a good time out there, but my God, this is heavy. Rex Johnson, I can just see through a paper bag over his head, plastic bag over his head. Paper bag. Got the live stream going. We might even get Katie to see if she can put up a little bit of footage live stream on Facebook or something like that from a different perspective. But Katie, this is very heavy stuff.
It is ridiculously heavy. And as somebody who has spent 21 years living in New Zealand, this is unprecedented.
Absolutely. You've got to be happy that, well, the maintenance crew for this ground must be happy that this is the last Ultimate Frisbee game they're going to be seeing on it today, because it is turning into a little bit of a swimming pool. Hopefully somebody's got the big 6-foot kick out there. Big pull from Chile going up. As the wind and rain eases slightly, Vanguard picking it up, centering the disc. Wagon coming down in match defense, or a little bit junky even. Just a little bit poachy. And they're looking for a dump. Vanguard trying to get up the line. It's getting jammed up. Can she get it off? There's some great defense being played. She's hucked it over to the other side, and that's great. That's a brilliant shot. Really opened up the side of the field there. Just in front of their own brick mark. Disc centre, they're probably right on their brick mark now. And up the line, Honoured. Vanguard working it up well. The call from Wagon, stop the unders, and Vanguard just keep getting the unders. Dish up the line. Vanguard struggling to get anything upfield. Cuts have dried up a little bit. Enting Hawk points, puts it up. Still just outside the end zone. And Elsa gets it. Enting Hawk for the score. 4-1 Vanguard.
Excellent offense there from Enting Hawk. She just was almost every second or third option there, doing some great up the line and swing cuts.
If I was Wagon, I might consider a zone in this instance. I'd be forced to throw some much harder throws or really try and nail it through the cup. And really force Vanguard to take those riskier options, which in this wind, in this rain and these conditions, not only is the throw more difficult, but the catch is certainly more difficult as well. We got the signal from the game advisors there that it will be 4 women. Thank you, Ruben Berg. Thank you, Stuart Austin. We will see the pull come up from Vanguard. Joel Pillar with the disc. Shows it. Chris Folks with his hand up. It comes up. It's going to be fading to the left-hand side. Hits the ground. Wagon picks it up. Centers. Davies with it in the middle of the field. Looks like Vanguard's putting on a zone. It's the pass. Davies wants it back. He's gotten around the cup a little bit here. He's looked upfield, but there's no one moving there. The wing's not quite in position. He's wanting someone to come through and pop. Instead, he just hammers it over the top. He says, "You're standing there, I'll just throw it to you." Hits Davies. Again, Folks coming through. He's in the position, gets it back into the middle of the cup. And he breaks lovely. That's good movement back onto the high side. Hits it back to Davies, close to the sideline. He's looking upfield. He hits that. They're in a puddle. They're in a large puddle. Slowing them down. Davies trying to come through. Goes for the around. There's a big gap there. And he hits it. That's a great shot from Folks. Wagon move it up and score. That's a goal. The Vanguard player there was obviously paying a lot more attention to Ryan Davey. Opened up a massive hole in the fence. And Folks said, "Thank you very much. I'm going to put it right where you should be." (4-2) Vanguard. Over on the far field, shout out to Sublime. Up 3-2 over Canberra. Canberra's gotten one over them. Can Sublime give it back? Back on the main field. Wagon to pull and start on defense. Chile with the disc. There's a hand from Vanguard. Looks like they're forcing straight up into flick. There's a hand from Wagon. Pull coming up. It's gone. That's a great pull from Chile. That's going to land right in the back corner. That's a great pull. Enting Hawk picks it up. Hits Pillar. Pillar looking deep. Looking deep. He's asking for the dump now. He's just going to look downfield. It's going. He's put it up the line. Oh, that's a great grab. He's bobbled it. That could be a call. Don't quite know. There was a lot of bodies flying in a lot of different directions there. We'll wait and see. Probably wouldn't be sitting on the ground. It's drenched. I mean, they are as well, but, you know. Chris Stoddard saying it's not possible to get any wetter. That's how wet they are. Which is probably quite true. They foul, uncontested. Disc will stay with Vanguard. Thank you, Rubenberg. Thank you, Stuart Austin, game advisors. Doing a great job out here. Encourage everyone to look. Second bid, the foul was called. Ruben just clarifying there. Joel putting his hands out going, where are my cuts? And Michaela is saying, I will respond to this, Joel. Let me do what I can. Now she's looking for the dump. There's a great defense on there. Joel gets it up, sends it. Huge grab from Benji. Oh, he elevated and he drags it down. Tries to get a disc. There's a good force on. It's been a pick called. Oh my goodness, he got up. Everyone had said goodbye to that disc. Benji goes, no, I think I can still get that. And rips it down out of there. Dump, back to Elsa's got it. Ending Hawk, looking upfield. Benji gets it. Chili just getting stuck in a little bit of water and mud there. And Vanguard putting another one on the board, 5-2. Signal from the game advisors will be for women. Rain softens. It's a great grab there from Vanguard. Really floaty, speculative disc. Well read. Took it right at the height of his jump. Joel Pillar really rallying his team, giving some strong direction on the field. He raises his hand, ready for the pull. Sends it. Sends it. Still going to send it. Davey lets it hit the ground. Centers to Stoddard, I think. Sends it upfield to Stoddard. Stoddard to Stoddard. No, they're not in the same place. It's not the same person. Some space has got to be cleared. Looking for a dump. Looking for a dump. Puts it out into space. John Greenfield falls. Joel Pillar elevates and gets the D over Greenie. Puts the flick out into space. And the score, Vanguard go up 6-2 in this 2-3 playoff. This is an impressive performance from Vanguard. That defensive pressure really forcing Pie Wagon to make a lot of errors here. You saw the dump go backwards towards Greenie and it just floated that extra second. He lost his footing a little bit in the mud and Joel was able to read that and come in over the top. And then put that really nice shot into the end zone. Four men is the call for the gender ratio from the game advisors. (6-2). I think Pie Wagon will have to really try something a bit different here to halt the momentum of Vanguard. Vanguard just rolling through at the moment. Shout out to Paradigm. Great mixed team in Victoria and Melbourne. We've been working very hard and looking to really develop mixed ultimate in Melbourne and in Victoria. They finished 6th this weekend. Quite a young team. Hopefully we see big things from them in the future. Meanwhile, Davey picking up the disc. Centers to Stoddard. Stoddard swings to Greenfield. Greenfield looking upfield. Hits a lovely undercut. There's been a call? Pick, perhaps? One game advisor. Yes, pick. And getting some nods from the sideline as well. So I think we can assume it was a pick. This goes back. Tapped in. Looking for the dump now. Goes up the line. Oh, what a pick up from Stoddard. He puts it. It's a great grab. Wagon working it hard. Hits Davey. Davey. Can he find something? Puts it on a lateral cut. It's a goal. Wagon score 6-3. That was a great pick up there from Stoddard. Chris Lefty Stoddard. For all intensive purposes, that disc was down and he got it right before it touched the ground. Can that be the start of a revival for Wagon? Stay tuned, we will find out. It's still 3-2 over in the Sublime F-Trip game for 4-5. I think this point has been going for probably a good 8 minutes. Perhaps there was a timeout. There's a huge bid from Ha. I think it's Ha? No. Number 10. That's Osborne. Hugh Osborne. My God, he's about 2 times as big as Ha. I should have been able to pick that. Great bid. And it is finally a scorer on that side to Sublime. Meanwhile, Chile puts a hand up, ready to pull. Vanguard also ready. Disc is going up. It's a big outside in. It's going to land in, and it's probably going to roll out the back, or just dies right in the middle of the end zone. Pillar picks it up, sends it to Enting Hawk. Enting Hawk swings it across. Vanguard on the far sideline, looking upfield. Trying to hit an under. Lavis covers an under. Dumps, covered. It gets put up. Pillar reels it in. A stall is called. Stall called. Contested stall. Thank you, game advisors. Should be coming back in on 6, I believe, from a contested stall. 8. I thought 6 was the highest. Anyway, Vanguard, shoot up the line. Comes off, Pillar with the disc now. Breaks the mark. Hits a lovely around backhand. Vanguard looking upfield. Pick called. Apparently I got the one rule that I probably should know wrong. Because it's a contested stall, comes in at 8, not 6. There you go, I'm learning. Huh? Everything else is 6. Right. Well, sorry, Ruben. That's a great bid from Stoddard. Lefty with a huge bid. He's taken off. Lindsay Brown looking for the dump. Hits Lavis. Lovely around break from Lavis to Stoddard. Stoddard looking for the dump. Lavis sells some candy to get free. Hits the flick into the middle of a puddle. Send it up a bit further forward. Put up a little bit further to Stoddard. He's right on that end zone. Lindsay Brown with the layout. Grab! What a grab! Diving into a Vanguard player's legs. TLB manages to drag it in. What's that? That's awesome. That is awesome. I wholeheartedly agree. Some great play. Timeout. Vanguard. 6-3. Vanguard. Vanguard call a timeout. That's it. Everybody around right now is commenting on Lefty's block just then. Chris Stoddard, full extension, morphing himself around his offensive player to get that block. It's a great effort. Way to avoid collision and contact. And a very fair and athletic bid to get that block. If you don't like Oreos, please send us a message. We have a stack here, and I've never heard anyone say they don't like Oreos before, but Kate Robertson, not a fan of Oreos. What is your biscuit of choice? On the spot. Oh, going to get back to us on that one. Do like a good old Monte Carlo. Monte Carlo? With a red on the inside. Arnott's. No, it doesn't like those. Kingston's. Kingston's also very good. Yeah, Arnott's, Kingston's. There you go. Chili with a pull for Pie Wagon. Vanguard standing at the ready. There's a hand from Pillar. Here goes the pull. It's gone up. That's a lovely pull. That's going to float. Drift slightly to the left-hand side. That's a great pull. So much hang time. And he's just sent that. He hasn't even. That was a play from the beginning. I'm going to catch this and I'm going to send it very long. Pie Wagon to pick it up and try and work it up. Wind. That's a great cut by Chili there. Finds some space, good defensive mark. He gets it out to Davey. Davey looking upwind. And he sends it! It's going to float. It's probably going to come back and go to the right. Oh, he's pulled it down! He sent it on, there's a goal to Pie Wagon! What a play, what a read. A difficult shot from Davey, just sat up with two Vanguard defenders on him. He's elevated and pulled that down out of the sky. And they convert. 6-4 6-4 Vanguard. Pie Wagon with the break. Oh my. Sometimes just sending it long when you catch it just for yardage can work. In this case, for Vanguard, they gave away the possession and Pie Wagon punished. Lavis in his trademark fluorescent jacket underneath his playing jersey. Set to pull. Vanguard still chatting through their strategy. Game advisors keeping a good eye on the time and how long they're taking. Vanguard start to clear the line. Pillar puts a hand up and the pull goes up. It's going to land in. And it stayed in. Stayed in. They're right at the back of the end zone. Pillar looking. He's just going to try and send that. No. He's looking for an under. It's going to go down. That's down. Pie Wagon get it back. Send it to Lavis. Lavis, an around break. There's the goal. Pie Wagon. Pick called. It's coming back. Having a look. Trying to see who called the pick. Where they need to position themselves. People still moving around. The decision is now, we're happy where everyone is. Lavis will check the disc in, which he does. Sends it around. It's popped up. Yeah, second effort, Pie Wagon. There's the goal. Our scoreboard says 6-all, but is that the score? It is 6-all. Oh my goodness. No, it's being waved away. And it's a goal now. The question was, were they actually in the end zone line? The end zone lines have been washed away, but it's confirmed. Can confirm. Pie Wagon goal. 6-all. Oh my, we've got a game on our hands. Chile once again to pull downwind from the downwind position. Rain started up a little bit more. That wind's certainly picking up as well. The upwind breaks, any upwind scores are definitely going to play a big part in this game. There's a hand from Chile. Vanguard still talking through their strategy, deciding how they're going to play this. Pillar puts a hand up. Disc is about to go up. There it is. It's a nice pull from Chile. It's floating. It's floating. It's going to land at about the brick mark. Pillar lets it hit the ground. He's looking for the around break. Does it? Benji hits it on the sideline. He's going to dish it back to Pillar. Pillar with it. Lindsay Brown on the mark. Enting Hawk picks up just. Davey on the mark now. Vanguard with a disc in the middle of the field. And a pick called. A question about the pick. Stoddard doing a very good job there to avoid contact and collisions, which is what we want to see in the International Spirit of the Game day. Vanguard with the disc now. It's checked back in. Looking to get Pillar. Whoa, that's a tight gap to get that into. Pillar with an around flick. Gains a little bit. Still up on the sideline. Pillar to gets it back. Lindsay Brown playing some good defense there. Pillar with a high release. And it's gone through Dunmore's hands. She's bid to get it again. Unfortunately, just into the ground. Davey for Pie Wagon. Walking towards the disc. Picking it up. Puts a foot on the end zone line. Looks dump. Chile cops a little bit of an arm in the face there. Gets the disc. Davey dancing around, moves. It's going under. Lefty's got to go. Ends up in a swimming pool. Unfortunately for Pie Wagon, it's a turn and a great defensive play there by Vanguard. Pillar walking to the disc. Swings it. Swung again. Enting Hawk with the disc now, looking upfield. Looks back for the dump. It's going to go up the line. It's a tough one to get free for. Pillar does. Up the line, he's on the far sideline. Lindsay Brown with the hands up. Trying to stop this one. There's an around backhand. Is that coming back in? Full extension. Just out of reach. Benji Johnson there. A great effort. Tough one to reel in. We have seen him pull some of those in though. It looks like an injury sub being called. Stoddard looks from Pie Wagon has walked off, and Benjamin Johnson, after that bid, has also decided to have a little bit of a spell. Respective players who have been subbed on take their position. The disc has been checked in, and people are allowed to move, and we're underway. Davey walking the disc up to the line. Sean Lace on the mark. Davey looking for a quick dump. Gets it off. Under a bit of pressure. Heard a pick call, and a pick has been called. Bit of a high five, and goes, yep, that was a pick. Pie Wagon quite deep. Disc goes up. Chile with a good grab there. There's a pick further upfield, so there is a stoppage. However, the disc was called up, so Pie Wagon retain possession. Just a quick stoppage there so that no one runs into one another. Disc will be coming in on 1. Chile looking big. Oh, unfortunate there for Pie Wagon. Just a little bit of a drop with a wet disc. Pillar running to the disc. Picks it up. Looking for a quick shot. Gets a flick breakout around. And he's got it. That's a great shot from Pillar. No arguments. It's a goal. 7-6 to Vanguard. Game advisors standing there with their hands linked above their head, signalling 4 women. Four women. Pie Wagon need another woman. And they're running on just now. Chile standing in front of us with more mud on him than the ground. He's loves the mud. He's probably seen a fair share of it out on the field at the moment. Joel Pillar with the pull. I think he's played every point so far. Hasn't taken a sub that I can remember. Pull goes up. Landing in about centre field. It's going to skid through. Greenfield to pick it up. Centre the disc to Stoddard. A little bit further up. She swings it back to Greenfield. Greenfield looking upfield. It's got to be an undercut. It's coming in under. It's out into space. Davey just couldn't quite get to that. I don't know if it was quite meant for him. There's a turnover from Pie Wagon. Pillar walking towards the disc. See if Pie Wagon can shut this down. Folks, sees that first cut from Baddix. It's not coming. It's put out into space. That's a great grab from Vanguard. Looking upfield now. Greenie playing D on Joel in that dump position. Or gets swung to Baddix. Pillar puts it up into space. It's caught by Vanguard on the sideline. Oh, I think that was stripped out of the Vanguard player's hand, and Pillar still picked it up. He sent it. It was a great grab by Vanguard, but it is called out. A lot of people there for a perspective. Game advisor there as well, and it has been sorted as out. Pie Wagon bring it up. Davey on that far cone. And that's been sent by Pie Wagon. It's going to be a tough one as she's reeled it in. That's a great run. Daisy from Pie Wagon still streaming deep. It's not on. Just thrown into traffic. Stoddard reels that in. There was a down call and a foul call. Lots of calls. Disc goes back to Stoddard. Looks like it might be an uncontested foul. Disc comes in on 1. Davey gets free. Hits Folks. Hits Stoddard. Stoddard hits Chris Folks going up the line. That's a score to Pie Wagon, 7-all. A little bit of cramming in the cram hole in that point. However, it worked. Game advisor signalling 4 men for this point. 7 all. This point will be to take half. Robbo, give us your predictions. What do you reckon? The outcome of the game?
The outcome of the game, they're both playing very, very well. The only player I really know is Lefty, and he's from Wagon, so that's where my vote's going.
It's very diplomatic, good way to do it. As good as picking a horse for its name. Chris Stoddard, Lefty. Physio for the under-24 Blue Bottles team. He has done quite a bit of work as a physio for the Dingoes, as well as some of the Crocs. A much-loved player of the Ultimate community. The pool's gone up. It's going to be sailing out. Slides under the fence. It's going to be brought back into the brick mark. You would imagine Vanguard setting up in a side stack at the moment. With an ISO on Lacey, Sean Lace, by the looks of this. Problem with these sorts of cuts is that there's a large puddle in the middle of the field. You won't get a lot of traction. Lacey comes under hard. Looks deep. It's not going. Nothing's going. He's looking dump now. He's put it out into space. It's gone over the head of Pillar. A pick was called. Ruben's out in the field. I'm lost for what will happen here. A lot happened. I don't know when the pick was called. Lavis is looking at me like he just wants. Ruben, our game advisor, one of our game advisors coming in to discuss what the next step is. There was a pick. And the discussion was that play continued as though nothing had happened, and therefore the pick did not affect play, and so it stands as a turnover, and Vanguard get the disc back. A lot of discussions happening there, but they've all been worked out quite well. Pillar just sends it. Chili's out in front, and that's a great block from Chili, and Wagon get the disc back again. It's kind of looking like the strategy from Vanguard is send it and hope. We'll see how well that goes. They might have to adjust it. Lindsay Brown bringing the disc in. He's got to get it off that sideline. He's just sent it. It's going to fall short. Turnover. Pillar pulls it back up. Centers it to Lacey. Sean Lace sends a break shot. It's bounced off the chest of the Vanguard player. Lavis with the disc, moves it to Lindsay Brown. Lindsay Brown with the disc now. Hits a lovely around break to Lavis. Lavis throwing a few fakes in there. Moves it to Lindsay Brown. Had to move that mark quite a lot. And that's a lovely inside flick from Lindsay Brown. Moved it well. There's an around. Lindsay Brown, they're playing with it down this break sideline. Normally you'll see them play it. And there's the, big from Lavis there. TLB going for that inside flick. Dump throw. It's just a bit of a risky shot. Timeout has been called by Vanguard. A lot of people working hard out there. A little bit of a scrappy affair, which you would probably expect in such conditions as this. Checking in on the field, far field, Sublime F Troop. For those following along at home, Sublime up 7-4 in the rematch. Both games, well, had Vanguard and Wagon played in their pool match play. Both games would have been replays.
Yeah, I got it.
Rubenberg indicates that the timeout's just about over and players should retake the field into the positions that they should be in, wherever they may like to set up. Pillar with the disc. Trying to dry it on his shorts. I don't know if they will really work. They're probably wetter than the disc. Getting upfield, they're set up in a horizontal. There's some cuts. It's just been sent again. It's been sent. It's going to float. It's floating. It's floating. He's brought it down. It's a goal. It's a goal to Vanguard. Vanguard take half, 8-7. Pillar with a very nice shot there. We've just gone into half time. Teams have jogged off the field, and we will be back for the second half in no time. And we're back. Second half. 2-3 playoff. World Ultimate Club Championship qualifying tournament. Mixed division. Pie Wagon from Newcastle versus Vanguard from Adelaide. It is 8-7 on serve to Vanguard. I can't quite see which end has the disc. It looks like Vanguard will be pulling to Pie Wagon. We have head cam from Rex Johnson. It's pretty much a GoPro. It's pointing at the ground. It's currently pointing at the ground. Pillar to pull. It's like you needed the zoom out heaps. There's the pull. It's a low one. He's going to just make it past the brick mark. Centered to Greenfield. He's going to have to work hard. It's a turnover off the first pass. Pillar picks it up. He's gone for the backhand break. Here's Davies. He's working hard to move it off. He's going to look to Pillar soon. He's looked to him. He's pushed around the back. Greenfield still with him. Slips over. Here's Davis. Davies sends it a little bit wider. It's a great block. Oh, what a run and what a block. And she's off. She is off. She is free. It's sent. It's sent. And the catch. And it's a goal! What a block! What a goal! Double happiness. Pie Wagon score 8-all. That's it. Big plays, win games. Lindsay Brown, words of wisdom. Our marquee wants to take off. Apologies while we were trying to work out our technical difficulties with the live stream. We're massive fans here of super slow-mo. Greenfield has half the field on him. But he's playing well out there, moving well. And some great plays on the field at the moment. 8-all. We have a game. About 20 seconds. There's a hand from both teams. Chili to pull for Pie Wagon. Launches it. A little bit of a low one. It's going to land in. Pillar to pick it up. It's zone look. It's a zone look. Let's move towards the sideline a little bit. Pillar gets it back. Puts a flick across field. Hits Lace in the center of the field, who moves it forward. And it's through the hands of the Vanguard player. Lindsay Brown to pick it up. Hits Lavis in the middle of the field, but similar situation. It's just come out of the hands. Pillar steps out to the side. And it's just down. Died a little bit in wind there. Chili to pick up the disc. Picks it up, walking it through to the front of the end zone. Front of the end zone, near third. Moves the mark. He wants that big shot. Goes for Daisy. Daisy gets it. Center field for Pie Wagon. Looking around, trying to hit a dump. Hits Lindsay Brown. Lindsay Brown sends one. It's low. Henting Hawk gets double hand straight into the ground. Vanguard Pillar walking towards it. Middle of the field. In all senses. Moves it to Lacey. Sean Lace puts a high release backhand. Vanguard moving it up the field nicely now. A big flick around. That's a good bid there from Pie Wagon. Committed to the disc. A high release backhand from Pillar. In for the goal to Vanguard. 9-8. I didn't mind that zone look then from Pie Wagon. Mixing it up, trying something different. They got the turn. Got to clean up that offense when they do get the disc. The sun is out here in Dallas. A little bit of blue sky as well, surprisingly enough. Hopefully it sticks around. It's still a little bit breezy. Got Pie Wagon out on offense. 8-all. 9-8, sorry, apologies. 9-8. Vanguard. Hill at a pool. Pillar sends it. It's going to float. Going to be in the middle of the field. Brick mark pull. Sent to Greenfield. Davies working hard. Gets the disc. Sends that one down the sideline. It's going to land in. Can it be reeled in? It can! Wonderful play there from Pie Wagon. Clean, crisp offense. That's what they'll be hoping for in each point. Davies working hard to get free. And then a lovely shot down the line for the goal. Wonderful play there from Pie Wagon. Brings it back to 9-all. 4 men is the signal from the game advisors. Thank you, Stuart Austin. Thank you, Rippenberg. There's smiles from Pie Wagon. They're up and about. They're excited. They're warm. Doesn't look cold at all.
Do you need help with anything? Do you need another tall person?
We'll be alright. We'll get there. Thanks, sir.
Yeah, holler if you do. Thank you.
Chili with the pull for Pie Wagon. And there's a hand from Pillar. There's a hand from Chili. Let's play some frizz. There's the pull. It's going to float. It's going to turn to the right. It's landed probably just in front of the brick mark. A couple of meters in front of the brick mark. Slightly on the far side of the field. Lindsay Brown sticking with a deep cut. Pillar swings it across the side of the field. It's been put up line. Lindsay Brown with a huge layout block. Oh, Pie Wagon liked that one. Lindsay Brown's closing speed there. He saw the throw coming. Chris Hill brings the disc in. There's a call. Pick called. Pick called. Disc is staying with Tim Lavis. Didn't affect that. There's discussion now about whether it affected, I believe. And it's staying with Lavis. It's dumped back to Hill. Chili sends it out. Lavis waits for it. Still gets it. Lace went close. There it is! Pie Wagon break. They're up 10-9. That was a huge play from Lindsay Brown. Layout past the shoulder. And then Hill and Lavis really controlling the tempo with the disc. It's a great move from Hill to swing that to the far sideline and open up a lot of space there. Pie Wagon up and about, rather, UNA up and about. Bit of energy. Vanguard gone a little bit quiet. However, early days, back on serve, 10-9.
About 30 seconds now.
Yep, yep.
4 men, 3 women is the gender ratio. Ryan Davies to pull for Wagon. Pillar puts a hand up. Rubenberg confirms that's a hand. Here goes the disc from Davies. It's a big outside in. That is blading in. That is going to land in and roll out the back. Joel Pillar will be taking that. No, Sean Davies will be taking that from the front of the end zone, no doubt. Rubenberg's gone for a little bit of a trundle to pick the disc up and bring it back in for Davies. Davis. Ryan Davey on the mark. Sean Davis bringing the disc in. A lot of Davis. There's a couple of cuts going. It's a pass up to Johnson. Benji Johnson looking for that flick. Chris Stoddard on the mark. Lindsay Brown guarding a Pillar. Pillar looking for something that's open. He's going to go for the high release backhand. It's faded. Lindsay Brown reads it the best. Wagon get it back. The flick's gone up to Davey. Ryan Davey scores. Wagon up 11-9. From 4-0 down. They are up 11-9. Looking for the game advisors to confirm, but I think this may be a timeout. Check in with Rubenberg and Stuart Austin. But by the sheer fact that the teams are huddling up, we can assume that it is a timeout. Excitement from Wagon. Really feel the energy coming out of that team. Pillar and Entinghawk really trying to raise that energy for Vanguard. There's always a little bit of a battle of noise. It'll be interesting just to see how this equates to on-field play. Like Sublime have taken out the game against F-Troop. I believe playing a reduced time length game, 60 minutes. Sublime taking it out 9-6. Four men, 3 women for the gender ratio once again. Vanguard still chatting about their strategy. Starting to clear the line now. Chile getting ready to pull. Chris Hill raises the disc. He's ready. Vanguard are ready. Here comes the pull. He's put a bit of oomph into that one. It's going to hit the deck. Entinghawk picks it up. Moves it slightly upfield to Pillar. There's a big undercut from Lacey, who gets it. Sean Lace with the disc now. Goes back to Pillar. Pillar moves it up to Entinghawk. Entinghawk looking upfield. Now back at Pillar. Pillar with the disc. Dishes back to Entinghawk. Entinghawk looking upfield. Back to Pillar. Lavis playing some defense. Sits on Pillar. Chris Hill in a great position there. Benji Johnson trying to get over the top, but Hill with that body position really puts himself into a great spot to get that D. He's now looking upfield. He sends it. Wagon doing a great work, doing a great job to get open there. Goes upfield. In the puddle in the middle of the field. Somebody's got to come under for her. There's not a lot of movement. Looks to Chris Hill. Hits him on the dump. Moves it further up. Lavis trying to get free. He gets it. Still on this near sideline. He's looking upfield. He's now looking dump. He's now looking upfield. He's now looking dump. He's got to get free. Puts it out into space with a lovely floating flick. Tim Hayes puts out a wobbly little flick, but Chris Hill reels it in. Jams it up the line. And it's just gone down. A collective sigh from the crowd. And it was close. Great play there by Wagon, really moving the disc well. Vanguard will have another shot on offense. Pillar bringing the disc in. I'd be a little bit hesitant. I think there might be a deep shot coming. And he proves me wrong. Hits an under. He's looking dump, looking dump. He puts it out in space because there was a face mark. And there was a point from Pillar. And he still proves me wrong and hits another under. Lace looking upfield now. Back to Pillar. Pillar with a swing. Disc on the far sideline. Stoddard on the mark. Now he sends it. He was just waiting for the right receiver. Benji Johnson with a huge layout bid. Tips it with the fingers. Can't drag it in. Chris Hill sends it back the other way. Chris Stoddard in a paddock. In a swampy paddock, but still a paddock. He's put it up in the air. Pillar drags it in. Stoddard gets another D. That was just a bit of back and forth between opponents. Chris Hill sends it up. Lavis with a huge grab above the head. Just trying to get it around. There's a big layout from Pillar to try and get the block. It doesn't quite come off. Tim Hayes with the disc on the near sideline. He's put it out into space. Bit of miscommunication there between Hayes and Lavis. Disc goes down. Pillar walking slowly to the disc. There's a lot of players behind, and a timeout is called. Sean Lace hasn't. Lace and Hayes hadn't realised. There's a discussion going on, but I don't quite. There was a timeout called, but this isn't. I don't know what this discussion is about. No. Right. So Vanguard believe that they didn't have any timeouts left, so the disc has come back into play. Pillar looking upfield, sends one around. Here's Benji Johnson on the far sideline. Johnson looking upfield. Looks back to Pillar. Lavis has got the job now. And that's a great pressure D from Chris Hill. Chris Hill knew what Johnson wanted. Lavis knew what Johnson wanted. And there's a turnover straight away, giving it back to Vanguard. Pillar looking downfield. Now he's just going to jack that up into the air. Oh, this is getting a little bit scrappy. It's just going back and forth right now. Wagon trying to play some good frizz. Vanguard moving the disc and then really looking to just punt it. And just some easy turns coming from Wagon's side as well. So see if either of these teams can collect themselves, make some good decisions, hit some nice easy throws, and take this point. Oh, there's a miscommunication there as well for Wagon. They give it back to Vanguard. .24 minutes to go here at the Dallas Dome. There was a little bit of a stoppage there. Pillar still with a disc. He's looking dump. He's put it out into space. Hayes, who's going to get it? Lacey with a great grab, saving that disc. Hayes with a big mark. Lace trying to get it around. He gets it back to Pillar. Pillar swings it to the far sideline. Stoddard on the mark. Gets it back to Pillar. Lavis still on the mark. Pillar looking for that big flick. Outside in, he throws it. He's thrown it. Sliding grab for the goal. 11-10 to Wagon. That was a hard-fought point. Vanguard come away with it. You can really feel the energy in this game. There's a lot on the line. Both teams know it, and they're putting everything in. And there's some smiles from Sublime. Happy to be done, happy to be out of the cold, and finish on a good win. Hashtag when it matters. Thank you, Sublime. Great to have you guys out here in sunny Melbourne. Nah. 4 men is the signal from the game advisors. Thank you, Rubenberg. Thank you, Stuart Austin. Encourage anyone who would like to become a game advisor. We certainly need more of them in the game, and they are a big help to the players. So we appreciate their time, and hopefully we can see some more out there soon. 11-10. We might see if we can get the far scoreboard changed by the Sublime people. And there's a wonderful response from the sideline, giving me exactly what I wanted as we watch this pool come up. It's going to hit the deck. Waiting for a Pie Wagon pick it up. Hits Greenfield. He's just launched it. Ryan Davies running it in, and he's got it. He's wheeled it in. And he's put it out of space. Chris Stoddard! What a grab! What a man! The myth. What a legend. What a grab there from Chris Stoddard. Ryan Davey tracking down that huge huck from Greenfield. Thought he might have overshot it. Davey put the afterburners on and then said, Chris, go fetch this. Reacquaint yourself with the ground. Go for a bit of a slide and see if you can pick this up still. And he does. He says, Ryan, okay, I'll do it. I'll do what you ask. And Pie Wagon score. 12-10. Pie Wagon out on D now. Chris Hill to pull. Still plenty of time. Yeah, yep. There's a pull from Hill. That's a lovely pull. It's floating nicely. Good time aloft, giving plenty of time for Pie Wagon to get down. Pillar with the disc now. Sean Davis going. It's quite deep now. It's not going to come. Tim Hayes is covering that nicely. Johnson going. Chris Hill covers that. Pillar looking. Swings to Sean Davis. Looking further upfield. Hayes with the mark on. He's looking for the dump. Swings it to Enting Hawk. Enting Hawk looking upfield. Looking back at Pillar now. Lavis on it. Still looking away. Jacks it. Enting Hawk putting it into the end zone. Who's going to get there? The ground. The ground got there first. Oh, there's some good battles going on on the field here. Chris Hill and Benji Johnson is certainly one of them. Two big lads chasing down a few pies that have been put up. But that's what we kind of love to see sometimes. Lindsay Brown looking. A gale has just picked up. This is tough out there. Lavis with the disc now. There's not a lot of undercuts happening. Chris Hill gets free. That was not a great flick, but it's come off. Lindsay Brown hits the space. He's looking for that around. He's looking now. Sends it up field. A flick out into space. Just a little bit too much for Lindsay Brown. Sean Davis, he's looking. I think this is going to be gone. It's gone. It's floated up. That's great D from Chris Hill. He's swung that to Lavis. Lavis with a lot of time, assesses the field, puts the inside flick, low one, hits Lindsay Brown. Lindsay Brown looking upfield now. He's got Lavis, Hill moving upfield. That's going to float. Just a little bit too much on that one. Just raised the edge of the disc. Floats away into the ground. Pillar walking towards the disc now. Chris Hill signaling a flick force, a home force. That wind's really picking up. Hits Johnson on an under. Lavis, Hill moves onto the mark. Pillar puts one up. That was a great body position there from Lindsay Brown. Not much you could do about that one. This wind is really starting to kick up. 12-10 to Pie Wagon. Just have a quick time check-in. We're 83 minutes in. There is 17 minutes left in this game until time cap, and then it will be finish the point, add one to the highest. There's been a stall call. Signal for that one is someone tapping themselves on the head. There's a bit of a discussion going on, perhaps about a fast count. We'll see. The game advisor Ruben Berg is in amongst it. He'll speed this discussion up and make sure we're back underway. Contested stall. Coming in, 8. Yes, I got it right. I have learnt my lesson for the day. Thank you, Rex and Rob. And that's just been sent. He's caught. It's caught. And it's been sent to Chris Hill. There's arms waving. There's been a call. My interpretation is if the defensive team taps the disc in, the game starts. It doesn't matter if your team is not ready. If your player taps the disc in, the game begins. It is your responsibility, I believe, to make sure that all players are technically ready to go. But I could be wrong. Right. It's encouraged. It's encouraged. This looks like what has happened was somebody wasn't ready. Vanguard checked the disc in. Another Vanguard player said, I wasn't ready. And the disc goes back to Pie Wagon, probably on stall 8 again, I would say. What's going to happen here? Is it going to be the same thing? It's a big floaty one. And the turnover. Pillar with the disc. Swings it out into space. A pick has been called. Davis there in a lot of space, so I imagine that's going to go back. All a little bit chaotic at the moment. Which team can clean this up? Got some spectators, we've got Paradigm, we've got Sublime in underneath, and we've got F-Troop there as well, in underneath the cover. Disc is being tapped in, Pillar with it now. He's looking around, he's not sure where it's going to go. It's going to hit Davis, he's wide open there. He's lifted up, but the throw, it just caught too much wind. Lindsay Brown with the disc now, hits Lavis on an under. Chris Hill is streaming deep. He's just launched it, Lavis! Daisy with the catch! There's a wide open Pie Wagon player. She's got time and makes the catch. It's a goal to Pie Wagon. There's a break, 13-10. Oh my.
40 seconds.
Oh, there's a lot going on in this game. Pie Wagon are up and about. Can Vanguard mount a resurgence and get back into this game? It was a great read then by Daisy from Pie Wagon. I believe the intended receiver was probably Chris Hill. Chile coming back under. Opened up a lot of space there, and Daisy read it. Put a great shot into the end zone. Goal to Wagon, 13-10. Vanguard have their full line on, listening to the call. Trying to get around their players, lift their energy. See if they can come back from this 3-point deficit. Ryan Davey to pull for Wagon. There's a hand from Vanguard. There's a hand from Wagon. Disc is going up and it's a big outside in. It's going to land and stopped by Anting Hawk. Sends it up to Pillar. Pillar moves it up further to Lace. Lace looking upfield. Dunmore's gone. Dunmore's gone. And she's coming under. She's coming under. Lace is still in that flick position. He hasn't moved. He's put the little backhand out to Pillar. Lindsay Brown on the mark now. Pillar gives the flick. Moves. There's been a pick called. Not quite sure when. Quite sure where the disc will go. Let's wait and find out. There's a lot of shivering going on the sideline. A lot of blue jackets as well. Must be a thing. Looks like the disc will be staying with Pillar. Lindsay Brown to tap the disc in and play will resume. Disc is in. Pillar looking to dump. Hits Lace. Loses a couple of meters in ground. Gets it back to Pillar. Pillar in the same spot. Puts it up the line. Lace can't quite reel it in. Wagon will get the disc. Davey. Ryan Davey puts it up into the air. Vanguard with an easy D there. Well read. Big under. Pillar with the disc now. Oh, sneaks it through a tiny little gap there to Enting Hawk. Enting Hawk back to Pillar. Pillar back to Enting Hawk. On the flick side. On the fourth side. Hits Pillar. Still on the fourth side. There's a pick called. Pick called. Ten minutes left in this game. The 90-minute mark has just ticked over. Pillar puts it out for Enting Hawk. Enting Hawk has to have a bid. Gets acquainted with the ground. Goes for a big flick around and it just catches some wind and lands right at our feet here at the commentary box on the sideline. Ryan Davey walking towards the disc to pick up. Kate Robinson on the edge of her seat. Can't believe what's going on here. What will happen, Davey, to check the disc in? Timeout called. Wagon, timeout. And whilst the teams are standing out in their little huddles, freezing, trying to stay warm, jumping around a little bit, we'll just have a little bit of a recap of today's events. Or final standings anyway. In fourth position, we have Sublime, 5th F Troop, 6th Paradigm, Frisbee topping the table and getting that coveted first place spot to automatically qualify for the WUCC Championships in July in Cincinnati. Meanwhile, Wagon from Newcastle, Vanguard from Adelaide, battling it out for the 2-3 spot. 13-10 to Pie Wagon. We have about 8 minutes left until time cap. Davey with the disc on the near sideline. Lindsay Brown, Stoddard back in the handling position. Looks like a horizontal. Vanguard set, tapping the disc in. Davey looking sideways. There's a flash cut. Chris Hill gets an under, still on this sideline. Is he going to move it? It's a big lateral cut. Hits Davey back into the middle of the field. He's looking. He's going to hit Hill on an around dump. There's a big poach layout bid from Enting Hawk. That got Vanguard up and about. Pillar hits Enting Hawk. Enting Hawk back to Pillar. On the force side, he's looking at Enting Hawk. He's trying to wipe the moisture off the ground. Puts a high release, flip, backhand up. She bids again, but just out of the reach. It just carried that little bit further. Davey picking it up. Hill, free, bids. Hand under it. It's up. It's a goal. Pie Wagon score, 14-10. And there's cheers in the dugout. And we have the final point. Signal from the game advisors. Looks a little bit like a dab. They're not quite just partying. That is potentially final point. 5 minutes till time cap as well. If there was any time to mount a comeback for Vanguard, now is it. 14-10. 14-10. The scoreboard was just changed. Everyone's a little bit cold and moved away from the scoreboard out in the middle of the field. And who can blame them, really? Chris Hill shows the disc. Can Pie Wagon get the block on this point and finish the game? Or will Vanguard score and stay alive in this tournament and potentially nab that final automatic qualifying spot for World Ultimate Club Championships? Mixed division. In July next year. Here comes the pull from Chris Hill. He sends it. It stays quite low, probably not going above head height, to be honest. Lands in a puddle of mud. Not the band. The actual puddle. Davis. Hit under. He sends it to Marty. That's floated out. It's a turnover. Pie Wagon have an opportunity here to score and end the game. Lavis says, I'll get that, Chili. You go and cut. It's a tough spot for Pie Wagon to get the disc out of here. It's right in that corner. It's jammed in there. Lavis looking upfield. There's a good defensive mark, but he hits Lindsay Brown in stride with a flick. He sent it up. It's a big pie. There's a paddock of people. And there's a D. Vanguard get it back. It's swung. Tompkins get it. There's a huge bid from Lavis. Lavis with a massive bid. Forces the turnover. And gives us a thumbs up because he's still on the ground with a little bit of cramp. I think. He's hobbling off. It looks like cramp. It's cramp. Lefty Stoddard confirms cramp. Inside knowledge. It has been cold here all day, and these two teams have been waiting around a while for this game, so it's understandable. Vanguard have also subbed. For Pie Wagon, Ryan Davey comes onto the field to see if they can put this in for the final point. That was a great bid there by Lavis. Really put pressure on the disc. Davey looking upfield. Lindsay Brown sails right up the line. What a move. Nearly got collected as well. Bit of a hospital pass. He gets a lovely around back to Davey. Ryan Davey looking upfield. Hits Lindsay Brown on the dump. Lindsay Brown wanted to give it back and do a little bit of a give-go. Davey in the middle of the field now. About 25 metres. He's aired that out a little bit. I think that might go down. Yes. Vanguard clean up the scraps. Tompkins streaming deep. Lindsay Brown, I think, collected a little bit of mud in the eye from the boots there. He's sent it. Pillar has sent that. Dunmore gets it. She's on the end zone line. Holding the disc down. Where's this going to go? The dump goes back to Sean Davis. Calls for calm. Goes for the around. And it's into the ground. Oh, he's gone for that around break. And then Davey has just launched that to Chris Hill. Chris Hill brings it in. He's going to have to look for a dump to reset this stall count. Puts it down on the side. That's great. Pick up from a Daisy. Daisy hits Davey. Chris Hill with the disc. And it's just overthrown. There can't be long left until the siren. Can't be long left. Pillar with the disc. I'm imagining he's looking for a big shot. Hey, he has launched the backhand. There goes the siren. Sean Davies reels it in. And we finish this point and add one. It's going to be a game to 15 regardless. Vanguard goes for an inside flick break. Ryan Davey gets a great block, reads that play nicely. Lindsay Brown picks it up. Chris Hill moves. Can't quite get it. There's a bid from Davey. Davey picks it up. Someone may have called something. Otherwise, people wouldn't be sitting on the ground chatting. There's a high five. There's some great bids from Vanguard and Pie Wagon. Ryan Davey will keep possession of the disc. There's an around backhand. Hits Lindsay Brown. Lindsay Brown upfield to Chris Hill. Chris Hill looking upfield. Trying to see something. He's looking for the dump. Here's Ryan Davey. Davey gets free in that dump position. Goes for the around backhand. Hits Lindsay Brown. Lindsay Brown with an inside flick. Vanguard interception. Back to Tompkins. Tompkins with the disc now. Looking for Pillar. Pillar trying to get free. Gets it. He's probably going to send this. He's looking long. He hits an under. I haven't been right about one of those yet. I'll keep calling it though. Pillar with the disc. Now! Yeah! He sends it. Dunmore's on the end of this. Has she got it? Just spills out of their hands. That slippery disc really playing havoc with a lot of the catches here. There's a lot of noise now coming from the sideline. Ryan Davey picking up the disc for Pie Wagon once again. Walking it up to the front. Sean Davies on the mark. It's an undercut from Chris Hill. A little bit of a flick. Hill had to wait. Tim Hayes crossing across. Cutting across. Floaty disc. Pie Wagon still managed to drag it in. Davey going up the line. Gets it. Lindsay Brown going. That's not come out quite well. Falls a little bit short of Lindsay Brown. Joel Pillar makes sure it gets D'd into the ground. Pillar walking to pick up the disc. Sean Davies cutting under. He gets it. Goes for a little bit of a tumble in the mud. Looking upfield. Hits an under. Yes, it's caught up. Plays continuing. Vanguard still with the disc. Looking upfield. Looking upfield. Looks to dump. Looking upfield. Looking upfield. The throw. Dunmore with it now. Michaela rips a backhand. And floats over the head of the Vanguard players. There's some tired looking bodies out there. That wind's really kicking up as well, making this even harder. been going for a while. And, Ryan Davey once again bringing the disc up to the front of the end zone. Chris Hill going deep. There's a big under, but Pillar just sort of stood in the way and said, try and throw it around me. With the dish, Dunmore takes the goal. Vanguard score 14-11. Game to 15. Game to 15. Pie Wagon now with the downwind point. And we see the dab signal once again from Ruben Berg. 4-men signal from Stuart Austin. Thank you, game advisors. Here we go, Pie Wagon. To all the volunteers who helped here this weekend. It's been a trying weekend in the conditions, but everyone's had a good time. It's been some good quality ultimate, and these tournaments can't run without volunteers. So thank you very much to those heads of state players, and Peter Ely, who also stood around. He didn't just stand around, he helped out. Rex Johnson, Rob Swan, Katie Locke on the commentary as well. Our game advisors, Stuart Austin, Ruben Berg, Dan Rule as well for organising this. And we see the pull from Vanguard. It crosses the far sideline at about halfway. Looks like they might be calling for it from the... No, there's a brick signal. They'll be taking it from the brick. If they can still find the brick out there. It may have worn away. But I think they've decided on whereabouts it is. Joel's still looking for it. Greenfield. They're happy. Disc is checked in. It's a big huck thrown. Can Stoddard reel this in? That's a long... Oh! He got closer than I thought he was going to, but... not quite close enough, I guess would be the true answer there. Great run from Chris Stoddard. Not a bad look from John Greenfield either. Vanguard to bring the disc back in, try and work it upwind and upfield for a goal. Pie Wagon obviously working hard to keep it in this part of the field, shut it down and hopefully score early for them. Pillar walking the disc to the front of the end zone. It's tapped in. Hits Tompkin. Back to Pillar. Pick called. Didn't affect too much, but the game does stop. It's tapped back in. Pillar with the disc. He's trying to get it up the line. There's some cuts going. Lavis working on the unders. There's an under flick. Here's Lace. Lace back to Pillar. Pillar winding up for that big inside backhand, doesn't throw it, hits Lace on and around. Lace continues the around, hits Baddix. Baddix looking back at the dump, looking upfield. Lace, can he get free? Folks, a good mark. Hits Lace. They get it off. It would have been a high stall count there. Chris Stoddard. Defense on Joel Pillar. Joel Pillar winds up for the backhand, doesn't throw it. Back to Lace. Pick called in the stack. Chris Folks on the mark. Sean Lace with the disc. Pillar in that dump position. He gets it back. Chris Stoddard, a huge bid to try and get that one. Pillar off. Sends the flick. That's a bomb. Can it be reeled in? No. Just phased to the near sideline. Pillar with a lot of purchase on that throw. Just a little bit too much angle on that. Tim Lavis picking the disc up for Pie Wagon. Be bringing it in on that front end zone line. Newcastle setting up in their ISO side stack. There's a long cut. It's still going. They're coming back under, but a great defensive positioning. And Folksy just couldn't quite get to that one. Pillar air bounces and around. Lavis gets up big. And his own player takes his feet out from underneath him. Apparently there was a call. Don't know if you can call one of those, Timmy, but hey, on ya. And the tap back in. There's a lovely flick break to Stoddard. Stoddard jacks it. Can it be red? Oh, that's a tough read. Unfortunately missed that one for Pie Wagon. Vanguard will get another shot. Vanguard have managed to work it a long way up the field a couple of times. Can they do it again in this situation? Pillar walking towards the disc. Really going to try and control this offense. Setting up in a vertical stack in the middle of the field. Greenfield on the mark. Trying to work out where the end zone line is. It's checked in. It's a straight up mark. There's an undercut from Vanguard. Pillar looks it off. There's a pick being called, I believe. Coming in on 5, I think, from the game advisors. It's tapped in. Greenfield. Lace looking back. Good D there from Folks. It's gone the other way. There was a miscommunication. And Pie Wagon will have the opportunity on their end zone line to put it away. Greenfield with the disc. His Lavis. That's the game. That is the game. Pie Wagon take it out 15-11. They get that coveted second spot. They will be going to the World Ultimate Club Championships in Cincinnati in July. Oh, what a game. What a game. Thank you very much to all the participants, all the volunteers, game advisors. Shout out to Rob Swan, Rex Johnson on the cameras, Andrew Moroney, who was commentating yesterday, and to all those fans watching at home, thank you very much for tuning in. Our 2 Australian teams are Frisbee and Pie Wagon, Sydney and Newcastle, travelling to the World Ultimate Club Championships. We'll have to wait and see if Australia get a third bid to see if Vanguard will get that spot. Thank you once again. Until next time, have a good weekend, and we've got plenty of Ultimate coming up for you soon. Stay tuned.